What's a good excuse to call off work? I have an hour. I've been up all night. Sort of my fault, but what's a really good excuse for calling off work? I have an hour. Damn, didn't think my drunken escapade would get this many comments. You're sick. End of story. Don't tell them anything else. I normally say I'm exploding out of both ends. Folk don't want to know more than that. Food poisoning. Vision problem. Can't quite see going into work today. Upset stomach, diarrhea. Call in gay. Let them know you just found out that you need to call your family and update your wardrobe. Depends on how much you give a shit. I've literally just said sorry for calling off. But I'm feeling burnt out due to the last few days when I was put into ridiculous situations due to poor mismanagement. The only excuse I ever use is I'm not coming in. If they ask for more reasons, I tell them it's personal. Family emergency. They shouldn't ask questions. If they do, burst into tears. I won't be in today. Not feeling well. That's all they need to know. I don't feel well. Not a lie. It's not your job's business why you don't feel well. If you can't do your job because you feel shitty, then that's that. Family emergency. Anything medical could be risky because some employers will want you to go get checked out as proof. Good morning. I don't feel well and won't be able to make it in today. Thank you. That's it. Just say I'm not coming in. Hemorrhoids. Face with spiral eyes. Baldur's Gate 3 just came out. Post in 2 weeks' time. My boss fired me for no reason. He's such a dick, and all the unemployed anti-work Redditors will cream themselves over it. Suck it up and go in. You made your bed. Lie in it or don't complain if you get fired. Bet this isn't the first time Op has done this. Diarrhea. I'm not gonna make it in today. Diarrhea is non-stop, boss. Family issues. Explosive diarrhea. Vision problems. You just can't see yourself coming to work today. They're going to assume you're lying no matter what. So it really doesn't matter what you say. Kids are the gold standard for getting out of work. But if you don't have those, just go with food poisoning. Severe enough to miss work. But not so severe you would have to go to the doctors. Diarrhea. Nobody will question someone who openly says diarrhea, and it is known to go away quickly enough for you to skip a single day and not have to go to the doctor. Diarrhea works every time, especially if you're willing to just come out and say it. Always a migraine. Something that is completely subjective, so you can't prove I'm faking it. But that is serious enough that most people would consider it a decent reason to miss work. Car trouble. Stomach flu. I am ill. I won't be in today. They don't need details. Just call and say you're not feeling well. It's vague and technically can mean anything. Also, you don't owe them more than that. Explosive diarrhea. I don't feel well. Why do people give actual excuses? Either you can make it or you can't. I simply say I have a personal reason and say I'm sorry, but I simply can't make it in today. However, if you really need to give one, I'd say I'm exhausted from sitting on the toilet all night and I am still running back and forth to the bathroom every 20 minutes. Trying to rest and hydrate in between runs. You will not be fooling anyone, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. I just say I'm not feeling well. You need to give as little detail as possible. I usually do. Hey boss, it's name. I'm not gonna make it in today. I'm not feeling well. Any questions, give me a call. I'm not able to come in today. Period. You're not obligated to give an excuse or reason. Diarrhea. Always. Food poisoning is my go-to. I was play acting with my bro and accidentally got a dildo stuck up my ass. Don't give a reason, just take a day off. You can take days off. Up all night with gastro issues. They won't ask you to elaborate. Diarrhea. Works every time. Vomiting diarrhea. Family emergency always works for me. Can't talk about because it's a family matter and it's completely out of your control. My work have a set list of things we can put to best describe the problem. We've all decided no matter the sickness, gastrointestinal gets the least questions. Speaking as HR. Just say you can't whatever coming in today. If you miss more than 2 days in a row, you'll need a doctor's note when you come back. But just for today. Meh. They can't ask you. I'm feeling under the weather and don't want to spread anything. Yawning is contagious after all. Anal glaucoma. You can't see your ass showing up for work. Migraine is always a good one. Just tell them you're sick. You aren't legally obligated to tell them a reason. Just that you won't be in. I just use the sick option to avoid any unnecessary questioning or conflict. Chronic case of the fuckets. Will need at least 24 hours to recover. Food poisoning. 24 hours later you feel fine. Diarrhea. No boss will interrogate you about diarrhea. And you don't have to play sick when you get back. Gastrointestinal issues generally works. My thighs are sore from a thrilling round of coitus. Or 4. Most employers know when an employee calls in stupid versus sick. Good luck. A shart. Works every time. Always go with sick stomach issues. You don't have to fake a cough or voice, and they usually don't want to hear too much about how you've been shitting. You have diarrhea. Nobody ever asks more questions once you say that. Say you have lava coming out your butt. Twisted testicle. There will be no follow-up questions. I'm sick. If pressed, diarrhea. I won't be in today. Simple as that. I am not feeling well and won't be able to make it in today. Tell them you are sick. Because you are sick. Say you're sick. If they ask for any more information, just say you've been in and out of the bathroom all night. No one wants to hear any more once you say that. The best ones would be calling in sick. I once used the excuse the day after getting a full-time contract that I stepped outside the pub drunk and was hit by a cyclist and my back was fucked. Bear in mind though I was 23 and was doing a very heavy lifting job, so no questions asked as they expected me to be in the pub at weekends, and back injury you don't mess about with in that role. Can't go. My cat is on fire. So what excuse did you go with? Migraine. Be that person. I had a girl who I worked with and she set the stage early in her employment by gently mentioning that she gets horrible migraine headaches. There's always someone else at work. When hearing that Sir is out with a migraine, will vouch for the person. Whether it's true or not. Simply based on their own experience. Family emergency. Dude, diarrhea works every time and no one wants to hear the specifics.